Hello Jarkko, welcome to the 4th edition of the Data Innovation Summit here in Stockholm. It's really a pleasure having you, having FInnair with us. Before we go on, please introduce yourself and your background.
Yeah, thanks for asking me to be a presenter here.
Of course.
It's a kind of an honor to be here. So I'm Jarkko Venna. I'm a senior data engineer at FInnair, and I have a kind of long history of working with different aspects of data. Like I kind of did some document management and document processing in my student years for Nokia. Then I moved on to research, doing machine learning research in the university. Got my PhD from there, moved to consulting, in a really small consulting company. And well, when you're working for a small consulting company, you pretty much end up doing a lot of different things. So I've touched master data management and different kind of analytical things, data warehouse, and a lot of different things.
So, well, interesting experience. So, industries-wise, it's you have so been everywhere, as I can hear. Yeah. Nokia, you mentioned, then university, then.
Yeah, and also lately in media at Sanoma before I joined FInnair.
Sanoma, so, okay. Oh.
So kind of.
And now FInnair.
Yeah, so kind of a lot of different industries. And
that's interesting. Jarkko, you gave a talk on handling personally identifiable information in a modern data platform. So, and FInnair is well known for working towards being customer-centric. Embarking in an agile, data-driven digital journey. So in short terms, can you please just wrap it up somehow for our viewers? What's the talk all about?
Well, of course, kind of we get a lot of customer data.
Yeah.
We get the kind of data from each passenger who flies, and also from other sources like the loyalty program and people buying things from our shops on a lot of different places. So kind of we end up with a lot of personal data, and well, kind of with the GDPR, we pretty much kind of need to be able to handle that data.
So as you mentioned, the airline industry is probably the one that uses the highest volume of personal data, you know, and with all of the GDPR is a stopper somehow when it comes to handling this personal data for business and decision-making purposes. So based on your expertise, could you tell us more about what are some of the GDPR challenges that you encounter and that are imposed to a modern data platform, and what are the implications of not solving these issues? It's been a year now since the GDPR has been implemented, so...
Yeah, well, I think that personally I see that the kind of compliance problem is the kind of biggest one, because there really isn't any kind of hard facts about what is needed for compliance.
According to you, what do you think? Are companies fully compliant now?
Well, I think that they are mostly compliant, but until we have kind of court cases and
we had some, but it's okay.
Well, kind of, but enough to kind of really have understanding of what really is needed for the compliance. It's kind of still a bit of a gray area and under interpretation for each company itself. But I would assume that kind of most companies nowadays, especially the larger enterprises, are relatively well compliant, because they pretty much kind of have to be.
Yes. So, Jarkko, the main theme, the main focus of this edition of Data Innovation Summit is accelerating AI innovation. And according to Forbes, still in 2019, AI and machine learning will still be the hottest trends evolving. So from your perspective, can you tell us how do airlines use AI and data science to improve their operations and, of course, business decisions?
Well, there are kind of some areas where it's really established, like network optimizations and things like that, which are kind of airlines have been doing for decades already. Price optimization for different flights and all that kind of things. But then kind of more like a customer-centric, personalizing the customer experience and kind of predictive maintenance and these kind of things are things that are more, I think, more coming into play. And kind of doing more analytics for predicting, for example, weather conditions, so that predicting whether our flights are going to be delayed and helping the operations to kind of prepare for that condition beforehand. If they see that now the weather forecast is saying that for example, the delays are going to be we are going to have a lot of delays. So they kind of can prepare beforehand that now we are going to have a problematic day and start to again plan what to do with that.
Awesome. Any comments for the end? What to expect in the future?
Well, I think that airlines are going to be more customer-centric, which is kind of really a change for the industry, which has typically been more passenger-centric.
It runs on passengers' data.
Yeah. But I mean that kind of typically the focus has been the passenger on one flight, not the kind of a customer behind that one person flying. So you can kind of see that one person is flying multiple times and being able to kind of more tune to their preferences and that kind. So at least on the customer data side, I see that that's going to be kind of more customer-centric view to the passenger.
That's nice to hear, actually. Jarkko, thank you very much. Thank you for being with us at the Data Innovation Summit, and thank you for accepting to conduct this short interview with us.
Yeah, thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah.